Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers. I thank everybody that's involved with this process because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers.
Experience is not about the publisher, it is about us, the authors.
Hey everybody, welcome to the very last day of the Festival of Storytellers with me. Welcome everybody. For those of you who have seen me before, thank you guys so much for being here with me throughout all this week and last week too. For those that don't know me, my name is Clarence Causby. I am the author of these books, and the books are Soul Exchange, which will be republished under Reader's Magnet this year, Armageddon, Talking to the Devil, and Erebus the Ranger. I have 3 books currently that I'm working on too that I'm hoping to get published this year, and one of them is Clarence the Black Flame Warrior and the Cerberus Core. The other book that I have, I don't have any like prototype pictures, which these are the prototype pictures. That they won't really be like what's on like the cover of the book. I just wanted to have something to show you like everybody, but that one is called Kurensu the Blacksmith. And so I wanted to start off by saying thank you everybody so much. Happy Friday. I'm so glad you guys are here with me today on this final day. So today I'm kind of going to go over some questions that I wasn't able to get to yesterday. So I'll talk about that, and I'll kind of like expand on some more things from yesterday as well. So today we're supposed to be like some answering questions and asking you guys questions as well. So it's going to be a fun day today. So I'm very, very, very excited about it. So one of the first questions that yesterday that I didn't get to was by Eleanor Leeville. I'm sorry if you're here that if I totally destroyed your last name and first name. I apologize. You know, last day already. Good day, Clarence. Good to be here. I must say I really, really enjoyed this daily session. Ethan. Just the person I want to see. So everybody, please welcome me and congratulating Ethan, because Ethan, I re-looked over the comments and everything that for yesterday, and I was asking, like what was the second, third book that I found, that really made me kind of want to do like the whole pictures, like the manga pictures and everything with the book plus the text. And you had put it like Cerberus is the best butler, and then you had hashtag Overlord. So Ethan, do me a favor. After this goes off, email me at clarencecosbybooks.com at clarencecosbybooks@gmail.com, because you won the 3 books of the Clarence the Black Flame Warrior, Kurensu the Blacksmith, and the Service Corps. So once those books come out, once I get them, I'll send them to you and sign up for you. But when you hit me up in the email, let me know your shipping address and everything, and once they come out, I'll ship them to you and sign them for you. All right. So congratulations, Ethan. I really appreciate you being here with me, and thank you so much for all your questions and everything. Like, that's awesome. So congratulations on that. Like, that was amazing. And what I wanted to get to was by, like I said, Eleanor Leeville, and she had asked, Did you draw these characters yourself? They're impressive. So with these, this was like all in my head, kind of like the way the cover was drawn. They were done by my friend Arnaldo Rosado, and basically anything that I kind of like have in my head, like I can picture it, and I ask him to do like all my book covers for me, and he will still do my book covers for me. He's the one that does like that book cover. He did this one, Talking to the Devil. He did Armageddon as well, and Soul Exchange. And so he's the one that's going to be doing like all my book covers. Now, for these right here, my supervisor and one of my friend, his name is Jose Negron. He's the one that did this one, like the prototypes. I can show you guys kind of like what I'm working on, and this one as well, the server's core. So that's how So then when I do all that stuff, I can't draw for nothing. I took drawing when I was in college. It was like 2004, 2000, 2003, something like that. And I can really draw. I really can. Like I suck at drawing. I really do. But those how like they all come up because like I see them in my head, and as I'm writing a book, I get like images in my head like it's just like when I'm writing a book, like I see them like as movies and everything. I see how like they're supposed to like kick down doors or talk to somebody, or if you're sitting alone, how they're feeling, the expressions on their face and stuff like that. I see it all almost like as in movie form. So I kind of like know how they're supposed to be and how covers are supposed to be. I see it very vividly like in my head. So I asked my friend Arnaldo to kind of like really do the book covers, and he kills it every single time. So I'm definitely excited about those book covers that he did. But I'm even more excited about what he's going to do like with the new books that come out. So I'm so psyched and so excited. He's incredibly talented when he comes to like drawing, doing computer art, stuff like that. Hi Kelly, how are you? Oh, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you coming by, and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come talk to me. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Oh, and let me see. Oh, it was Carolyn R. Nielsen. She had asked yesterday, can you share your writing process, please? So my writing process is I'll get like an idea for books, and then I'm like, and I'll think about it for a while, and then ideas just start like flowing into my head as well. Like, so I'm like, I'll start off like, well, do I kind of want this? How do I want to go? And then I'm like, okay, once I kind of like connect like two or three pieces of like while I start writing the book, more ideas will kind of like just come along, and I'll just start putting them all down. Or if I'm out somewhere, if I'm at work or watching anime, playing video games, or if I'm just like laying in bed, like listening to music, then I'll get more and more ideas. And as I said, I'm the, like, I don't write down anything, and it all stays in my head. It all stays in my head, even like when I start writing, and then I'll go back into my head and be like, okay, this is what I kind of want to happen, and I'll do it this way and do it that way. So that's pretty much my writing process, is that I pretty much like in the most times, like when it comes to names of characters or a town, I'll research, like what does this name mean? If it fits kind of with the character, with the storyline of the book, I'll do it that way. If I see that like it's kind of like too far, then I'm like, maybe not. And what I'll do is I'll just pretty much I'll save like the names for last. Unless it's the town, because the town is pretty kind of like important to me. So I'll try to like think of a name with the town like really quickly. Other names, when it comes to like certain like characters or so, I'll do, like, okay, so like in Kurenetsu, the blacksmith, there's an elven woman. She's part of like the guild, like the Adventurers Guild. So I look up like elvish names and stuff like that, and then I'm like, okay, which one do I want? What does that name mean? And elvish and stuff like that, and I'll kind of like just do it that way. But I also want to talk to you guys too about being an author, is that you kind of have to really be careful when writing books. Cause I know I was saying, like if you want to make like a good villain, anything, like if you're like mad at somebody and kind of like want to say something to somebody, but you can't really say anything because they'll either like really hurt their feelings, or you may get fired for saying anything. But you put all that emotion into your books to put into that villain character to make him a really good villain. And I still stand by that. The only thing is you can't, like with me, I know, and my mom's told me this a lot. She's like, you can't do that, because you can get sued. So I'm like, okay, is that you can't really put people's names out there in books. So you can't be like, oh well, you know, John Smith like said this and that the other, and you know, I said this to John, and John did this and did that. You can't really have it where if anybody, because thing you'll never know who's going to read your books. You don't know if it's going to be like that person who you think will never read a book in their entire life, but they actually read your book, or friends of them, and they're like, oh hey, check this book out by this person. Like, oh, I know this person, and they're like, oh, well, that's about me. So situations like that, nope. Like if a situation like literally happened to you, you cannot put that situation in there. But like, so let's say if you, I don't know, like say you was walking and someone like just opened the door and hit you in the face with it, and you like, well, John hit me in the face with the door and this and that, the other on certain days, certain time. You can't do that. So what you can do is kind of be like, oh, as I was walking along, in the store one day, my foot got, like Sarah Jane, like ran over my foot with a shopping cart, you know, completely different name, completely different situation. That you can kind of do, but you don't want to ever want to specifically like call out people like in books or things like that because, like I said, you never know who's going to read your books, and you kind of always want to be careful because they just like that saying goes, the pen is mightier than the sword. Once you put your things down on books, it's like it's out there now, so if you say anything and someone literally thinks that you're talking about them or talking about like some political thing figures or some groups or whatever like that, whatever the case may be, they can literally take your book and be like, here, guess what, see, look, they said this and that. So you always kind of want to be very, very careful. Books so much you're expensive. Hi Lily, how are you? Is publishing a graphic novel or book similar to your expensive? Mm, I would I would say so. I would definitely say so. I think it plus two depends on like how big the book is, but that's the thing too. Like if you're going to do it like independently or have people that will still do like independently or go to like a traditional publishers, you can always find out like I kind of like ahead of time. It's always best to find out, like what the expense will be. But to me, I think at least like for me, I think it's pretty much all the same. Like as right now, I think it's kind of like the same because like all my books are different, as you can see. So you have Soul Exchanger here. It's not a very big book, kind of like medium size, and then you have things like Talking to the Devil, very small, very small. And sorry, so is Armageddon, but Erebus the Ranger is very big, And then two, those have no pictures in them, but even with the pictures, like I'm so grateful because Reader's Magnet is like not like, oh, Clarence, you got this, and everything, like some outrageous thing. Like they've worked with me like a lot, and I'm grateful for that. And the thing is too, as I was saying yesterday, you kind of have to. Because I had the one question that I had yesterday was, how would a person go to be an author full time? I'm like, you kind of like if you ever have like a job now, but you're writing like in your spare time, like I am. You kind of have to wait till you make it because once you get like when you get paid from your job, like yes, you pay off your bills and all that stuff, all the things first, and then then you can be like, okay, well, I kind of want this. I kind of want this editor to kind of like look over this, or this editor. Oh, editor charges this much. This editor charges that much for this, that, and a third. Then you're like, okay, I'm going to pay them to do that. I'm going to pay this company to publish my book for me. So, it can definitely get kind of pricey, but that's the thing. You have to do your research. People talk about reviews. I think reviews are helpful. I definitely do. But with reviews, it's kind of like touch and go because some reviews can be like, people say like a movie will suck, but like it'll actually be amazing. But it's all like in different person's like taste or how they feel about certain things. Like it can be food or a place to go to, something like that. You kind of really have to do like your research to find out what would be like the most beneficial for you and for your wallet at the time. But all in all, check to see, like if you are going to do books, check to see if is there an extra price for books for whether it's going to be in color, whether it's going to be in black and white, stuff like that. You kind of have to really make like a long list of things when you're going to like write books, and if you're going to have pictures in it, not have pictures in it, or stuff like this. Because that's the thing too. Like depending on the kind of books that you're gonna write, you have to see maybe like well what companies' guidelines are. Like some majors like can't have no violence in there at all, or it has to be strictly religious, or you can't have no pornography in this, or you can't have any kind of fiction or whatever the case may be. You kind of really have to do your research. You really have to figure out what is it that you want to write. Is it going to go against what you want to write, and things like that. Just the only thing I have to say is like stay true to yourself, but make sure that you're always being truthful to yourself and always being honest with yourself. Always be honest to your readers. Always be honest to like your listeners and everything. Make sure that you're being completely transparent with them. So they're like, well, this isn't how you've acted or said, or you said this, but other things happen. So kind of have to like write. Like writing's fun. Like for me, it's fun, very therapeutic and everything. But it can take like a while to really get to where you want to get to. Hey Ava, how are you? When you were just starting to write your early work, what was the biggest challenges? The biggest challenges to me were the names. That was like the biggest thing in the world, only because to me, like write, and it's kind of like conflicting because like writing to me is like simple. It's very easy for me. I love writing. I enjoy it. It's come up with the names as hard. It's very hard and kind of difficult for me to come up with names. So like I'll come up with like I said, try to come up with like towns. Like, oh, this person come up with towns and stuff like this. But it's weird because even in my writing process, I got like sometimes I really won't even get started. Like if I'm like, okay, I got it, I'm gonna start today. I'll have to wait for maybe like an hour, 2 to 3 hours, maybe like a day or a few days before I'm like, okay, well, I want to start this. Like how it all depends like how I start off, and then I'll think about like, okay, well, what kind of characters do I want to name? Like, what are the characters that I want to really name for this, for this book? What kind of what kind of look do I want them to have? What's their names? Do I want them to have a last name? What's the name of this town? What's the name of a certain thing? So like in the Service Corps, they all have powers from the the city of Elvedale, like Elvdale, and they all have this cell called like the Z cell, which gives them like their powers and stuff. Like even now, like names are the hardest part for me because like I'm not sure what the names are, and so if I'm doing like Erebus, like the Ranger, like I'll literally look up like what Erebus means, and then I'll look up like what names mean shadow and stuff like that. Um, Different like aspects to that, but like names are definitely hard for me. They're really hard for me and very very time consuming because like I said, it'll take either like a few days or stuff like that, or then sometimes it can come very quickly because let me see, Soul Exchange. I didn't get I didn't get the name Soul Exchange or the cover idea until I was midway of the book. I'm just like, well, I need to have a name for this book, and then all of a sudden, as I'm writing, and then I started thinking about, okay, well, you know, person sells his soul, stuff like that. I'm like, soul, can I do with the word soul? I'm like, oh, soul exchange is exchange of souls, okay. And so since he sold his soul, I'm like, I'll do it that way. Um, and for like Erebus the Ranger, it's very question for the last session. What can we expect from you this year? Hey Robin, how are you? One thing, Robin, I think I think you've been like looking at my post and everything because it's weird. So just today alone, I literally just made a post and I even wrote it. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I literally put a post on my Facebook page, which you guys can go to. It's called Clarence Causby Books. That's my author page on Facebook, and you can go to Clarence Causby Books on Instagram. That's my Instagram author page. I do like talk about my books and stuff like that. And plus, I'll be doing a lot more with those because I'm thinking about doing literally like live sessions on like either Instagram Live or Facebook Live and things like that as well. So, and it's funny that you mentioned that because probably guys probably can't see because of the phone. But I literally put going to be a fun year and a fun and exciting year along. So come along with me for this ride. A lot of twists and turns, big things coming. And I literally posted this like an hour ago, and it says going to do different genres of books. I'm going to do horror. I'm going to do sci-fi. I'm going to do some more anime-inspired books. I'm going to do action. I'm going to do action books, suspense with sci-fi with cyberpunk in the books. I'm going to do some mysteries. It's going to be like a whole lot more fun. And Soul Exchange was like the very first book that I wrote, and that was only one book. But what was it, like two? I believe it was 2 years ago where I came out with Talking to the Devil, Armageddon, and Erebus the Ranger. I published like 3 books, and so Soul Exchange is getting republished this year under Reader's Magnet, and then I'm coming out with the 3 books that I'm hoping to kind of finish up. Well, the Service Corps, I'm just gonna put some finishing touches on it. I got to finish with I still got to finish with Clarence the Black Flame Warrior and cut it into the blacksmith because I'm kind of going like all over the place with that. But I'm definitely having like a lot of fun with that. So I'm definitely gonna like put those books out. And as soon as I finish with those, I'm gonna get straight into like the other books. I think I'll probably do one more, maybe one more anime book, and then go back to like the other ones that I have because I have like a lot of books I really want to get out, and some I've been neglecting for so long. But it's going to be fun, So I'm definitely excited about that. And so like I love anime, I love music. So basically, the kind of music that I like is I like all kinds. Some of my favorite artists are Seven Dust. My friend's band, her name is Shelly. She has the band Southern Tongues, which is awesome. And I think for those that don't know, my favorite anime is definitely Overlord. I think one of the like most favorite books was to write was Erebus the Ranger because I really got to kind of go wild and outside of the book with Erebus the Ranger. So I was definitely excited about that. And so like it's definitely been fun. So you can expect a lot more things this year. I have already thinking about what other books I'm gonna write. I'll probably do one that I wanted to way beforehand, and then because that's definitely been on my mind as of late. Definitely do like a couple of horrors, kind of do like the anime one. So I'm trying to push myself. Cause I try to want to do more, put out more than 3 books like next year. I kind of want to put out maybe like 4, maybe 5, if possible. I just gotta really get started right away. But I've been so busy with work and enjoying myself doing this. Okay, so guys, so here's the thing. I got a giveaway that I'm gonna do where you can win a free copy of my books that I've already had published, or the ones that's coming out this year. So I'll ask a question, and if you answer that question, you know, um, just like hit me up in my email at clarencecosbybooks@gmail.com. Once you do that, let me know your shipping address, and as soon as the book comes out, if it's being republished or will be published this year, when it comes out, I'll send it right away to you. If it's already out, I'll get that book to you right away as fast as I possibly can. So the question is, what was my favorite book that I really enjoyed writing, where I can just kind of like really go wild and have fun with? If you can give me the answer to that book, um, go for it. Like, let me know, and you have the chance of winning that book, or really, or winning the books and everything. So, what was the book that I could really go wild with and really had a really great time writing? That's the question. And so, so make sure that when you guys do, if you guys are new authors, pay very close attention to like what you write in your books. Make sure be very careful because I don't want you guys to get in any kind of trouble. I want you guys to be very successful in all that you guys do because it's amazing, like the talent that we have like as writers and authors and stuff like that, and how we touch so many people with the world. And that's kind of like what I want done with my books, is to when people read my books, they can kind of escape reality or kind of see something. They're like, oh wow, one thing I didn't think of it like this. I can, I thought one way about maybe this kind of topic or a situation or so. Now I kind of understand, or something like, wow, I didn't think anybody really understood my situation, but reading this book really kind of helped me along with my, with what I'm kind of going through right now. So, I think it's very, very cool to be an author and a writer. So just make sure you guys be very careful. Make sure you guys do your research, a lot of research when it comes to like dealing with people and coming along with, different books and stuff like that. And, what you want to put in your books, because you always want to be very careful. You don't want to have any kind of crazy repercussions come back at you or anything like that. And just have fun with it. Just have fun. And like I said, yesterday, if you want to go for the traditional publishers, go for it. If you want to be like kind of independent, kind of like how I am, I just haven't really been pushing as much because I've been working like crazy. Like I said, the traditional publishers, they may have you sign like a contract and maybe like, oh, well, if you write a standalone book and they want you to do a sequel to it, if you feel like you can or want to do that, that's cool. I can't do that because if I know something's a single and a standalone book, then it's a single and standalone book. You're not going to force me into making a book that I know is a standalone book. If it's a series book, I can do that. But who's to say that the company picks out one book that I know that's not gonna be like if they ask me for like if I get asked for another sequel to Armageddon, it's like it's Armageddon. It's like the last of days. What do you want to put in? Like, is there nothing else you can really put with that book? But I'm not really very much on like people telling me what to do and everything. I know it's probably like bad, but it's just like I really like treasure and value my books. I value my creativity, and you should as well. You should value, what you put forth like in your books. And like I said, you should always treat your books like a business. You should and plus two, when you go to write books, you should always let your friends know that like, hey, if like they call you like, hey, you want to hang out today, or hey, I really need to talk to you about something like I'm kind of busy. I kind of really have to like get started on my books, or I'm kind of working on my books now. I've got a few more pages, like that. But because some of them will be like, oh, well, well, hey, guess what the weather's? Oh, hey, did you see this movie? Oh, hey, we're going out. Let's go together. Like, I just kind of told you, I'm kind of like writing a book, But I'm not saying that you should completely ignore them, especially like if it's a dire case or so. But you really need to put like some time and effort into your books, even just to kind of like get away, go to a hotel for a while. Bring like a laptop or bring like a notepad or bring your phone with you or bring a tablet or something. Just to kind of like put your ideas on if you do need, in fact, like to put down notes or stuff like that. Just kind of get away for a while, just to put all your thoughts together, and keep working on your book, especially when you feel it. Because like I said, like I didn't feel like it. I feel like writing at all like last year, and then and my mom always told me, you can't write, when you don't feel it. Because like, I tried to do that, and it sucked. I wrote about like 4 or 5 words and just stopped, and I couldn't do anything like that at all. But once I felt it, because I was about to go on vacation, like I literally wrote every single day. Wrote every single day for like 4, 5, 6 hours. Took a break. Taking breaks are important. That is very true. And whatever you guys do, do not, do not, do not. Because I did this with Erebus the Ranger. I got up at 8 o'clock in the morning one day to try to finish up Erebus Ranger. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm almost done. I went from 8 o'clock in the morning till about 6 o'clock in the morning to write Erebus the Ranger, and I was like falling asleep like while I'm typing. And then when I woke up, I literally had to write literally had to erase like a whole page because I didn't understand what I had written. So just make sure you guys take time out, write when you feel like writing. Don't have anybody pressure you to write when you don't when you're not really feeling it, because it's not going to do good for you or the book. Research publicists, research editors, research marketing people. When you get, I think I touched on this yesterday. Elaine Butler, hi Clarence. I don't know, this is but what did you see when drawing the book covers or the illustrations inside? Hi Elaine. So good. Thank you so much. What did you use when drawing the book covers? Oh, me, I didn't draw any of the book covers. My friend Arnaldo Rosado, he's the one that did these book covers for me. He did this one on computer. He did this one on computer as well, and he did like this one and this one on computer. I forgot what programs he used because he went to school for it. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what programs he used. But I could definitely try to find out because I'm definitely going to start, I think, doing more live sessions on my Facebook page, which is Clarence Causby Books on Facebook and Instagram. But I have to try to find out. But I know the upcoming books, Clarence the Black Flame Warrior, Kurensu, the Blacksmith, and the Cerberus Core. He's going to do it either, I'm not sure by pen or by pencil, but he's definitely going to do the drawing and everything for manga, for like a manga type. It's kind of like black and white and stuff like that. So some may be black and white, some may be in color. So he'll definitely be doing, I think, like pen or pencil, depending on like the part that I have. I usually envision what I want things to look like in my head. Like they just come to me, and I usually like define my, I want need this in kind of a color type of setting. I need this in black and white. because, and I know he says it's going to take a lot longer because he's gonna do it by hand instead of like on computer, which I definitely appreciate. And I know too with those books, it'll be like on the cover. It's gonna be like hand drawn, and then like as soon as you open up like the first page, you'll probably like you're gonna see like a list of like the characters inside the book, and then you'll see. I know that's for like the server's core, where you'll see like the characters, you'll see like weapons and everything, their powers and stuff like that. So I think he's gonna do all that by hand. I'm not sure if it's gonna be by pen or by pencil. Probably by pen because I know I wanted those like in colors, and he's gonna do like different kind of like styles and everything. Like I kind of like anime styles that you've seen like on maybe like some popular anime shows, stuff like that. And even with like drawing the lines and everything for like the manga parts of the book, which is solely going to be in black and white. So I'm not really sure. I'll have to ask him about that. But like for those book covers there, he used them. He used all computers and everything to kind of like get all the graphics done and stuff like that. And I've even seen too where he's done like kind of like, I don't know if you would call it a mapping or something like that, where you have like kind of like a frame, like an outline of the castle and back for like Erebus the Ranger. So for Erebus the Ranger, he literally showed me like the back. Oh, there you go, like the castle, like all the way in the back there. And so he was showing me, and then showed me how it was coming together. So he did all that on computer. But these books here, they would definitely be hand drawn. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's gonna be pen or pencil. Uh, but the other books that I had that I'm gonna have coming out, I'm pretty sure he'll probably do with computer again too, because they're gonna be more of kind of like realistic. Whereas then like this is kind of like animated, kind of like animation, like illustration, like cartoony. These right, well, this one here, I guess some semi-realistic, I guess. This one here, very like cartoony type of way. So those, like the next one, next, like I said, next week, this will be animated, full of illustrations, stuff like that. But the other ones after that is going to be more realistic. So guys, I have 2 minutes left, about the 1 minute left. So I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate you guys coming here, watching me, talking to me, asking me questions. I really enjoyed myself. Thank you guys. Thank you to Readers Magazine for letting me do this. I really appreciate you guys coming with me on this journey. Thank you for letting me share my story with you guys. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come see me, talk with me. If you can, please go check out my books on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble's. Like Soul Exchange won't be on Barnes & Noble, so I'm having it, like I said, republished under Readers Magazine, which will be on Amazon and Barnes & Noble's later. But check out my books, on Amazon. They have them all right there. Check me out on, like I said, on Facebook at Clarence Causby Books, and Instagram at Clarence Causby Books. I'm going to do a lot more, I think, lives this time around, so that way I can like keep everybody informed and up to date on the status of my books, what's going on with my books, what I'm thinking about doing, and stuff like that. I've enjoyed my time with you all so much. I consider you guys like family, for being here with me, for supporting me. I thank you for your time. I thank you for everything, and I hope you guys that are writers, I hope you guys are successful. And please, 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 if you guys do come up with books, please let me know, because I'd be more than happy to shout you out and like to help like push your books forward for you. Tell everybody that I know on my author pages, on my personal pages, to come and check out your books. I want you guys to win. There's enough space for all of us to come and be great authors and to make money and to have a like great successful lives and enjoy ourselves and enjoy our families. I love you all guys so much. Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate this. I'll see you next time at the Festival of Storytellers. Take care, guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.